Hey there. I figured today we could do something a little more throwback, kind of a traditional Cat Bailey ASMR video, and just enjoy the morning here. I woke up at 4 a.m. It's now 4:45 a.m. I've taken a shower, and I figured it was time to make the morning coffee, but I have a few options here this morning. Actually, I have 4 options this morning. Clear favorite, but I want to go ahead and read through all the other ones just because it can be pretty relaxing to kind of read the notes on the coffee. 3 of these are our pre-ground coffee beans. The other is a whole bean. That's the one I'll be enjoying this morning, but I wanted to go ahead and shed some light on all these other ones as well, because like I said, I find it relaxing. Whoever does the coffee write-ups has a way with words, usually. So, furthermore, I have a few items here that I want to go over with you as well that are kind of part of the morning routine here. And it's just a general vibe, so we're trying to make this video as least hipster as possible. I know that's a touchy subject around the 2020s. You can't just enjoy a cup of coffee without being labeled a hipster, so yeah. Anyway, we've got here our cast iron grinder, hand grinder. It's a Akuroki hand grinder. And it makes wonderful sounds, albeit it is rather loud when you have a bean in there, so I'll probably have to adjust the volume a little bit, but nonetheless, it opens up from the top. You just simply pour your whole bean in there to the top, close it. Depending on how finely ground you want your bean, you can adjust the settings here. I've got it fine-tuned to my specific needs and standards. And you simply just grind the coffee down. It comes through the bottom here. And feeds into the cup. It comes out of the bottom here, feeds into the cup. And it smells wonderful. I believe I ordered this grinder off Amazon, and it's spelled Akuroki, Akirakoki. I'm not sure that's how it's pronounced, but that's how it's spelled. Moving forward, we have our traditional box of Chemex papers. These are your square sheets filters. Cone shape ensures uniform extraction for pure coffee flavor. Thicker, 20 to 30% more than the competition. Fiber filter design keeps bitter elements, fats, and grounds in place and out of your cup. Pre-folded for convenience. Oxygen cleansing is a bleach-free process ensuring no chemical residue or taste is imparted to the filter. I go ahead and rinse my filters anyways, just to make sure that none of the chemical paper filter taste bleeds into my morning cup of coffee. Here's the back reads. Since 1941, our Chemex bonded filters have been doing what no other coffee filter can do, ensuring the purest, most flavorful cup of coffee each and every time. Scientifically designed using the finest raw materials, our thick cone-shaped filters extract all the bitterness and sediments during the brewing process. Chemex bonded filters can be used with all brewers, allowing coffee lovers around the world to brew coffee the way they want it, from mild to bold. Insist on it by name. There are no substitutes for perfection. There you go. And these are made by Chemex. what you do is you just take one side, one corner, and you open it up. If I can find the corner. And open it up like that to where it's kind of an inner pyramid, pause. And you set it down on your Chemex with the thick side facing the stem to let it breathe so it doesn't get held up. And that's how you do that. Alright, so I'll just put this over here. Moving on to the Chemex itself in our brewing process is this hand-blown glass Chemex. It looks like something out of a science set. Yeah, it's a pretty simple procedure. What you do is you get boiling water, which I have here. I'll probably have to make a little cut in this process to go reheat the water since I'm going on about the process here, but it's got a wooden sheath around the neck or the stem so that you don't burn your hand when you go to pick up the coffee after you've poured it in. But it's got a little spout here as well, and this is to allow the back pressure to escape the pouring process. If you just were to put the coffee grounds in this filter and then filter in the coffee without a way for the vapors to escape, it would create a pressure chamber, more or less. So they've designed it to allow the coffee to breathe, or the vapors to breathe, and continues the drip and prevents it from getting backed up and overflowing. Science. But yeah, so this is the Chemex. I've had this for quite some time, and it is a wonderful device. It's not the fastest device in making coffee, but it is definitely a one-of-a-kind process that I think lends itself to a more full-body coffee experience that can be enjoyed by the user. Yeah, so there's that. Now that you kind of now that you kind of understand the process of the pour-over Chemex process of brewing coffee, from grinding the bean to pouring it into the filter in your Chemex, ultimately to add the boiling water and create your coffee, which we'll do together here soon. I'd like to go over our 4 different coffees here. We'll start out with a personal favorite and readily available pre-ground coffee, though you can get it in full bean, and it's going to be your Gevalia. And Gevalia is a wonderful cup of coffee. This is their medium ground house blend. Medium bodied and smooth. To be fair, I had to dig this out of the trash can because it was empty, but I wanted to have the product here to show you. So, the back reads, Gevalia Cafe, a rich, never bitter coffee experience. Gevalia has been refining the art of expertly crafted coffee since 1853, when our journey began in the small port town of Jalve, I think I said that right, Sweden. Probably butchered it. Discover our 150-year pursuit of perfecting an exceptionally rich, never bitter taste. House blend, and this is to kind of tell you about this particular blend. A part of the Heritage Collection, Gevalia Cafe House Blend, our classic flagship roast, is made from the finest Arabic beans carefully selected from around the world. Its smooth, sweet caramel notes and lightly roasted flavor, combined with its refreshing citrus-like finish, make for an exquisite coffee experience. One sip and you'll see why this medium-bodied roast will become the classic choice in your coffee repertoire. So, like I said, I enjoy this coffee. It's very good. It's got a nice taste. It is a really good, readily accessible coffee. So if you're looking for readily accessible and delicious coffee. Look no further than Gevalia. It really is a good cup of coffee. And like I said, this one was empty, so I drink it myself. Moving on to another readily accessible ground coffee or bean. We have Peet's. And Peet's is wonderful as well. This is located in Berkeley, California. They have quite a few well-written stanzas on the back of this package, so I'll just stick to a few. But this is their Big Bang coffee. Vibrant blast of tropical fruits in a smooth medium style. And this was roasted September 30th of 2020. It's a little bit past its prime, but not too bad. So I'll finish this before I throw it out. And to read up on the Big Bang coffee, this particular coffee, a brilliant blend created to celebrate Alfred Peet and our 50th anniversary, featuring the exotic fruitiness of Ethiopian supernatural. Well-refined bean from Ethiopia and quite delicious, to be frank. Obsessed with fresher coffee makes a more flavorful cup. That's why we roast to order and deliver directly to grocery shelves, ensuring we get it to you faster and fresher than anyone else. And like I said, this is a Peet's coffee, readily accessible at local grocery stores. I don't know about worldwide, but definitely in America. So Kroger has it. I think Walmart even has it. Not sure, but definitely Kroger. Probably Target, to name a few. But it's good coffee. I really enjoy it. Moving on to our more affordable selection. And I'm not going to lie, I just got this to try it because I've always seen the packaging and I enjoy the packaging. I think it's keen on the eye. But Cafe Bustelo. And this is a vacuum sealed coffee. No telling when it was ground. Probably much less fresh than these two options, but supposedly the vacuum seal keeps it from aging, so maybe it's not as bad as it would seem. But this write-up is less wordy, but it has one nonetheless. And Roland Coffee Roasters, located in Miami, Florida. I'm not sure where this bean comes from, but Cafe Bustelo coffee has an irresistible aroma and rich taste. It is a deliciously versatile coffee that can be prepared using your preferred method: drip, brewed, cappuccino, espresso, or cold with ice to satisfy all tastes. And we'll be doing the drip method today, but very thinly ground, finely ground coffee. And the good thing about Cafe Bustelo, if you're really going for a caffeine kick, you can get quite a kick off of this coffee. I think it's kind of less of a desirable flavor and more of an effect sort of coffee. And I definitely don't enjoy this one as much as I do the other three options that I have here by itself. But if you're going to add milk and sugar and flavors, I'm sure it doesn't matter that much anyways. Moving on to my personal favorite. And this is a true artisan coffee in every form, faction of the word. It is by a local coffee company in Arkansas, northwest Arkansas to be specific, in the Fayetteville, Springdale Rogers area of the state. And this is by a company called Onyx Coffee Lab. And you're in for a treat here. And this is what we'll be drinking this morning as well. This is a Colombian Aponte Village hand-picked select coffee. Like I said, it's from Onyx Coffee Lab, so you know the effort is there. And this might be one of the most fruitful, distinct, pointed coffee beans I've experienced, and I've been drinking coffee for quite some time. Columbia Ponte Village cherry, floral honey, chocolate malt, and papaya. And let me tell you, you can literally taste every flavor along the palate from start to finish. And it is really an amazing cup of coffee. Our coffee is impeccably sourced and sustainably roasted by the sun. Never settle for good enough. Yeah, this was roasted November 30th of 2020. And it's a whole bean. Rogers, Arkansas. You can order this online if you're interested, and I'm not sponsored by them, but it really is an outstanding cup of coffee if you're into that kind of thing. Let me read you the write-up on the top of this box. This is more of a modern cup of coffee. Farmed by the Inga indigenous community, these coffees are intensely sweet, like honey, accompanied by an underlying fruit pulp and floral nature. This year's offering has been extra laborious as we cut through an extraordinary amount of small farms in the village and purchased 18 in total and combined them at origin. This is our best Aponte release to date, and our hats off to the producers and our cupping team for this offering. We publish transparent pricing, grade, score, logistics, farm cultural history, and brewing recipes on our website. And here is the bag itself. They have a wonderful little logo. It's pretty cool. It's a skull with Onyx written on the forehead. Join our pilgrimage seeking quality, truth, and accountability in coffee. We journey to find the finest and most unique coffees in the world. Transparency and excellence are the expression of our core. We publish all trades and meticulously roast in small batches daily to achieve the highest mark in coffee. All our coffees are roasted using solar energy. This bag is made with 100% renewable plant-based resources. Onyx signature. And the caramel and chocolate notes really shine through in the smell of the whole bean. The floral, honey, and papaya flavors really pop once you've done the brewing process, and it's just really an impeccable coffee. So let's go ahead and pour this bean into our grinder here. We're gonna need a lot more than that. That's fantastic. Now, we'll close the top here. Like I said, I've got our setting on this grinder to where I like it. It's thin, or fine, but it's not too fine to leave some room for soak and extraction of the brewing process. But I'll probably have to turn the volume down quite a bit on this part, as this process is not the most quiet and relaxing. But nonetheless, I'm just gonna get started. Okay, now once all your beans have been fed through the grinder, like I said, you just unscrew the bottom. And let the aroma of the freshly ground beans just pours out, and it really is incredible. That's great. Wonderful. Okay, now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna get our ground coffee grounds here poured into the filter here, and we get our water. It's a little cool, but just for the purpose of this video, we're gonna go ahead and pour it anyways. I like to pour it around 200 degrees. Right now it's about 185, so. Make sure your grounds are evenly coated when you pour it over. And then I like to get a spoon and sort of give it a little stir so that we can make sure that there's not any dry spots left in the beans that aren't being saturated by the water. It just smells wonderful. I like to sort of let the first pour sit for a couple of minutes, and typically I'll keep the water on the flame as to keep it hot while the coffee just steeps, and that's going to help to release the aromatic flavoring and aerate the bean, or the grounds, excuse me, and extract, in my opinion, the maximum flavor and caffeine. So, but like I said, for the purpose of this video, I'm just gonna go ahead and give it another pour. And you know, you can be as meticulous as you want to be on the process, and there's a couple of things that you need to make sure you get right, but more or less there's really no wrong way to do it. At the end of the day, all you're doing is adding hot water to a ground coffee bean through a filter into a cup. So the process is the same, albeit there are manners to ensure maximum flavor and drinkability. And I've never worked in a coffee shop before, but as you can probably tell, I do enjoy coffee quite a bit. I drink it every day. It's one of the few real routines that I do have. I'm kind of a fly-off-the-cuff kind of guy, go where the wind blows me, but there is one thing that I am consistent with, and that is having a cup of coffee every day. And as you can see, and hopefully hear, this is sort of paying homage to the first ASMR video on my channel, where I made coffee, albeit less desirable audio in that video. Hopefully this one sounds a little bit better. But we've come a long way since then, and the channel has. We started the channel June 30th of 2020, so roughly 6 months or so ago, if my math's correct. I haven't had my coffee yet. And we've come a long way. We've got 43,000 subscribers, and I don't know. Here lately I've been trying to do more production, and I think I've lost a little bit of my focus on ASMR. And the reason for doing ASMR. And I think I just want to try to get back to that this month. Maybe we'll just do less of the green screen stuff and more of the black background, focus on ASMR and the sounds and the process. So hopefully that's okay with you guys. All right, I think we can do one more pour here. This coffee just has a wonderful fragrance, and the color is dark, but it's not too dark. It's almost a maroon color with more shades of brown than red, of course. And yeah, I'm excited about it. But I think we have enough for one cup here for sure, so let me go get my cup and I will be right back. I got everything here but a cup. Give me 1 second. Okay. Funny thing, I got this cup for our World War II Battle of the Bulge ASMR roleplay video. And honestly, it's just grown on me, and now it's all I used to drink coffee out of. It's got a, put our filter down. It's got like a rounded lip, and it really allows the a smooth pour. I don't know why more coffee or coffee cups in general aren't like this, but it's really a joy to drink out of, to be frank. So I've kind of ditched my coffee mugs and been using this exclusively, but just right for one big old cup. That's probably a couple of cups, actually. This container is bigger than it looks, but it sure smells good. So now that you have seen the process here, and you've gone through the work of making the cup of coffee, you can enjoy your first sip. Cheers. I'm just going to go ahead and say you guys need to go check out Onyx Coffee Labs. ONYX, Onyx Coffee in Rogers, Arkansas. They're doing it right over there. This is a truly remarkable cup of coffee. Yeah. Hopefully you found this video relaxing. And we will see you next time. Bye for now.